Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we have another important week of earnings. We got another important week with a lot of key companies going to be reporting this week, specifically in the retail space. So we're going to go over a lot of those key companies that are going to reporting, and I'm going to give my thoughts on them as we go through them. So if you like what you guys hear, go ahead and leave a like on the video. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave a comment below. I would really appreciate it. And once again, if you would like to join us on our journey as we grow, as we are a new YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe. And thank you for being here. Now let's get into it. So when it comes to earning this week, we have a lot of companies. We got a lot of companies specifically in the retail space, as well as some heavy hitters when it comes to China. I'm not going to go over every single company because there's a lot of companies in here that I'm sure a lot of you guys know about. But I do want to give some shout out to a couple of key companies that are going to be reporting. So when we go down the list and we look at Monday, really nothing crazy on Monday. Not no game-changing companies on Monday. You do have Tyson, right? Tyson's one of the biggest meat producers in the world. They are reporting. You do got Oatly. Oatly is another one of those new companies. They do oat milk. So I know there's going to be a couple of people following that. I've heard talk about that company, but nothing that really stands out in my opinion that's going to be reported on Monday, or at least that I'm interested in. If you guys are interested in something, leave them in the comments below. On Tuesday, we do have our first big company, the largest company in the US by revenue, the biggest company when it comes to employees as well. You have Walmart. Walmart is a juggernaut of a company. They can really give us an insight on how the retail business is doing, as they are the biggest retail company in the US, probably even in the world. So that's definitely a company that we want to look at. They have fallen a little bit this year, but they are stable. So they haven't fallen as much as other companies. You got certain companies that are down even 50+%. Walmart has kind of held its own, even doing better than the S&P 500. So you do have Walmart reporting, and then you have another juggernaut when it comes to revenue as well as employees and how staffing is going to be doing in Home Depot. Home Depot, the longest home development as far as like supplies in the world, in the US at least. So they're going to be reporting. I know a lot of people are going to be paying attention to that company. You do got Walmart and Home Depot, some very big dividend companies that people do look at as far as stable dividends. They don't pay the highest yield, but they're very stable. So they're going to be reporting. We're going to see what they're talking about. Other than that, you don't have nothing crazy. You got Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm actually, hopefully we'll get some of those today, but you do got Krispy Kreme donuts. You got Tencent Music, one of the biggest music owners in the world, Energizer, but nothing really crazy. Tuesday after the bell, nothing really crazy that we're kind of looking forward to. Nothing that really pokes out to me. Before the bell, you do have, on Wednesday before the bell, you do have Target. Target, another one of those big retail companies, the competitor to Walmart as far as the retail space. I like Target better than Walmart. If I had to pick one of them, I would go for Target. But you got Target to do. They've been doing a tremendous job of the last couple of years. Once again, they have dipped just like other companies have this year, but they've held up way better than most companies. Specifically, they hold up better than tech companies, right? A lot of these companies that we're going to talk about today have held up a lot better than really NASDAQ type of companies, right? These are retail stable companies, but you do got Target. Target is one of my favorite retailers. They're going to be reporting their earnings on Wednesday before the bell. So I will be talking about them. You do have Lowe's next. Lowe's is the next company, the competitor to Home Depot. So we got Walmart and Home Depot, the number one in their fields. And then you got Target and Lowe's, the number two in their field, right? Back to back. So you got Lowe's reporting. We're going to be paying attention to that. One of the biggest, the second biggest home development type of company. We're going to check out their earnings, see what they're doing. You got TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx is reporting after that. You do got Tencent. Tencent, one of the largest Chinese companies in the world, if not the largest. I'm not 100% on that, but one of the largest Chinese companies in the world. They are going to be reporting their numbers. Another one of those you really want to pay attention to if you're into Chinese stock. Nothing after that really stands out. On Wednesday, after the bell, you do got Nvidia. Nvidia, one of the largest and probably, in my opinion, the most important chip maker in the world. We do want to hear what they're going to be doing. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but the US did ban chips from being exported to China. So we're going to see how their thoughts on that and how did that damper their business. But also, they just recently developed a new chip that actually can meet regulations and that can be sold in China. So I personally want to hear about that. I know a lot of people are in Nvidia. Nvidia has done tremendous over the last couple of years, coming from a company that was, in penny stock range to be one of the biggest companies in the world. So definitely going to pay attention to their earnings call. They have fallen upward of 50% this year, so they haven't had a hot year, but they're still one of the most important companies in the world. Nvidia is one of the most important companies in the world. We really want to pay attention to their earnings call and see what they're talking about and see what they're going to do. All right. So next up on Wednesday, really nothing crazy. You do got Cisco, another one of those important companies as well. Cisco's another one of those juggernauts when it comes to the technology space. We're going to take maybe a little look at their earnings. I'm not a big Cisco guy, but we'll take a little look at their earnings to see what they're doing. Bath and Body Works, a lot of people do go to Bath and Body Works for their lotions and stuff like that. So that's another one of those companies that maybe pay attention to. But other than that, there's nothing really crazy that kind of stands out. Wednesday after the bell. Thursday is another story. So Thursday, you have another one of the largest Chinese companies in the world. You have Alibaba, who many people call the Amazon of China. So you do have them reporting. Alibaba has been through a lot in the last 2 years. Not only did they have to deal with the pandemic, but they also had to deal with China taking a big look at their company. Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, went missing for a while. So Alibaba, you even had a lot of key investors sell off of Alibaba. You've had SoftBank sell shares of Alibaba. Then on top of that, you even had Charlie Munger, one of the most important investors, one of the co-chairmen of Berkshire Hathaway. He ends up selling shares as well after he had just doubled down in the company. So Alibaba has been through a lot. So going to see what they're going to report. Their last earning report wasn't so hot as they didn't miss on the bottom line and the top line. So we're going to see what they're going to talk about in this quarter. Hopefully it's a big rebound for them. So we'll see. Like I said, one of the most important Chinese companies in the world, one of the most important companies in the world. I know a lot of US investors really like Alibaba, especially at its current price, right? But it has fallen a lot. Next up, you do got Macys. Macys, another one of those big retail stocks. Like I said, this is the week of the retails, the most important retail week ever. And you got Macys reporting their earnings. You got Kohl's reporting their earnings, stable when it comes to the clothing brand, like retail stores. So you do got them reporting. You got Dole. Nothing really crazy. I'm not going to really look at those, but I know a lot of people play those as well, especially Macys from like an option. I have a buddy of mine who plays Macys as a big option play. So we'll see what they're going to talk about. After earnings, nothing really crazy after earnings. You do got Gap reporting. Gap is going to be reporting after earnings. Going to see what they kind of do with Kanye, right? They did just recently let Kanye go and let his brand go out of the Gap stores. And I went into a Gap store not too long ago and they got Yeezys on sale. So they're trying to get rid of all of the Kanye stuff. So hopefully they will talk about that. Kanye's been a mess in the last couple of weeks. So hopefully they'll talk about that and share some knowledge, but they are trying to get Yeezys out of the company and get rid of that whole brand right there. Right. But after that, you do got Ross. I shop at Ross, dress for less. They got pretty good deals, guys. But you do got Ross reporting, so that's another one of those retail giants in there. You got on Friday before the bell, you got another one of big China's most important companies. You do got JD.com, another more closer related to Amazon than Alibaba, in my opinion. But you do got JD.com. They're going to be reporting their earnings on Friday before the bell. Very important company for China. So we're all going to see how they're doing. Once again, they've been hit very hard this week. They've had this year. They've had a really big struggle, but we're going to see how they do. You do got Foot Locker on Friday. Foot Locker is going to be announcing their earnings this Friday. So that's another one of those companies that we're probably going to take a look at, see what they're doing. I know a lot of people that play this from a dividend perspective. And Foot Locker, I don't know if you guys know, but Nike recently said that they're not going to be sending Foot Locker as many shoes as they normally would. So Nike's really kind of going big on their online website. So they haven't been stocking Foot Locker the way that they normally would. So we're going to see how that's affecting their business and how that's going to go for them. But other than that, nothing else crazy on Friday. Like I said, guys, this is a very important week from a retail perspective. You got a lot of key retailers that's going to be reporting this week. It's going to be talking about their earnings and how they're doing. And it's going to really be a key week to give us an insight on how consumer spending is, right? So very important week when it comes to consumer spending, retail, and seeing how they're doing, guys. So I hope you guys listen to some of these conference calls, as there is a lot of key companies. This is probably the second most important week when it comes to earnings season. This is probably the second most important week when it comes to earnings season, right? 2 weeks ago, we had the big $1 trillion companies report. And I think this one is probably the second most important week when it comes to earnings. So there's a lot of key companies going to be reporting, guys. I highly suggest you guys take them. I highly suggest that you guys take a listen to them. We are going to be covering them on this channel. I'm going to give you my thoughts on really the big ones that we spoke about today on their earnings report. So look forward to those videos. Like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Comment with any questions, or if you guys want us to really do a deep dive on one of these companies, leave a comment below about what that company would be. Thanks again for being here, guys. Thank you for joining on our journey. Hope to see you guys next time. Subscribe while you're here, and bye-bye.